Welcome and thanks for joining me right here on the channel. The solution is you. I really do appreciate each of you for stopping by the channel. If you enjoy the content, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. With that, let me go ahead and dive right into today's subject. Now, the topic of today, the manager. Defend against field freestyling. Now, the reason why I titled today's topic, The Manager, is first, I want to say that there are a lot of people who are out here in the world that are struggling. This includes well-to-do people. You could have a nice career and have a certain amount of wealth, or you may be low income and you're just trying to do whatever you can to make ends meet. There are people who have struggles with their self-esteem and self-confidence. We've even seen a lot of videos where there are those who are taken to social media to vent their frustrations about life and about maintaining their day-to-day lives. So there's a lot going on out here. We've even seen videos of individuals who are criticizing those who have made mistakes, and maybe they're just trying to reach out however they can to get some type of help. So the world is filled with a lot of different situations, complex situations that have been going on for some time, and they seem to exacerbate when there is some sort of a downturn in the economy. And there are just so many people that are just, regardless of what you see, with their behavior or how much they try to downplay things, doesn't matter who you are or what your status is in life. These are people who are basically looking for some sort of help. And the thing about life is you do have to look at this thing as, in a way, a sort of game. And the thing about games is that you're not playing a game just for the sake of playing it. There has to be some type of strategy involved, and there has to be an objective that you're trying to meet with every game. And so this content today is for men and women. Now, typically, my subject matter is geared towards men, but definitely today's content is for men and women, and there's definitely something that you can take away from today's lesson. Now, life is to be taken very seriously. Uh, it's important to understand your purpose in life and what you want to do and how you want to get to the point of success. Success is relative, so it isn't dictated by any one person. It's based on what you want to do and what you would like to get out of life and fulfill whatever needs or objectives that you have for yourself and your family. But there are a lot of struggles in life, and a lot of this has to do with income or lack of income. But most importantly, I believe that you have to be a great manager of self and those around you. So when it comes to life, a lot of us have been raised by systems. And this means that there's a series of systems and procedures which we have been abiding by for decades, most of us. And we live life by programs and assurances. Whenever you need to get something done, there's some type of application that you have to fill out, or there's some type of approval that some program has to grant you in order for you to have something in life. There's some type of assurance that some official somewhere has to give you in order for you to move forward with something associated with your lifestyle. In order for you to get to the next level in life, you have to go through a series of steps through the educational system. And you may be one to believe that if you do not complete these steps exactly as they've been laid out, then you somehow do not have what it takes to get to the next level. So now throughout these struggles and program approvals and quests for assurances, life is passing us by, and by the time you get to the level of where you believe you need to be, the world has changed, and now you have to change your objective in order to get to the next level that has been set. And your objective could be a change in career paths. It could be a relationship change. Maybe you and the person that you were involved in a relationship with are no longer compatible, or you see differences with the way you handle certain things within your relationship, and these differences are unable to be resolved between you two. This could be a situation where you are doing business with someone and your business styles are different and they're no longer compatible. And so you have to dissolve the business and maybe go your own way. So it's very important to understand what being a great manager of self and those around you are all about. And to go ahead and bring all of this together, I'm using the game of football on a basic level. Now, in life, you don't want to just be out in the world freestyling. This means you just doing things as they come. You really don't have a direction on where you want to go. You may get involved with someone, a relationship, and things are kind of based on the person that you're with. Maybe they are the one bringing in the money, but you have the dream and you can't fulfill your dream because maybe you don't have the money. And this person may not be willing to fund your dream. Maybe it's all about this individual, and this individual is calling the shots. This happens all the time. There's a lot of you out there that may be in relationships with unfulfilled dreams, and you may have been in this relationship for maybe 5, 10 years, and you still haven't done the thing that you've always wanted to do. You could be an individual whose career is just not taking off, no matter what you do. Maybe you feel like you're getting the runaround. Maybe you feel like someone has told you one thing, then they renege and they're doing something different. Maybe you feel like no one is living up to your standards. Maybe you are going all out, doing things the way it need to be done, but you're still feeling like you're getting the short end of the stick. And so in life, you don't want to just be out here freestyling, just going with the flow. So just like in football, it's a game of strategy out here in the streets. So everything that you do has to be based in strategy. So in football, on the basic level, the goal is to score as many touchdowns as possible. And although the goal is to score those touchdowns, there are many who are trying to throw Hail Marys to prevent going through all of the strategy that is needed and to somewhat in their mind save time that they have lost trying to figure everything out due to freestyling. So they're going to throw a Hail Mary, and maybe this is going to put them ahead somehow, and then they'll think about how they will get things done later. Another thing is that just like the game of football and other sports, you have a limited amount of possessions in life. There are only so many opportunities and chances that you get. And that's why it's important to take advantage of each opportunity or possession that you have. So let me go over the key components of a great manager. So, number one, you have to have a great coach. So, this is a mentor. This is someone with the experience and wisdom, someone who has seen some things out here in life and has experienced a lot of failure and has seen a great deal of success. This is a person who is known for being reputable, not just anyone, not just someone who has the money or just appears to be living a luxurious lifestyle. This could be just your average Joe looking person, but this is a person that is consistent in their behavior. This is a person that shows up when you need them to. This is a person who initiates contact to make sure that you are good and that you are healthy, both physically and emotionally, as well as spiritually. This is a person who's looking out for your needs. This is a person that you can call at 3 a.m. in the morning and get advice. So it's important as a great manager to set yourself up with a wonderful go-to mentor. Now, number two, as a great manager in the game of football, we call him the quarterback. You want to make sure that you are managing the field of play and that you have a great team around you, starting with your coach, who is the mentor. But even more importantly, you have to know yourself. You have to know who you are and what you can bring and what your strengths and your weaknesses are. You have to highlight your talent and put the talent on display. And when you know yourself, you have a great deal of confidence that you can go out and put forth in front of the fans. So life is about solving problems, and the more problems that you solve, the more that you will be rewarded. So there are a lot of you out there that have great talents and skills that you are suppressing, and you're not putting forth your best effort. And this only applies to those who are struggling, those who need some direction or just need some confidence, or those who just want to some reassurance that they are going down the right road or maybe need to pivot. This is for you. So there are a lot of people in life that have not lived up to their full potential. And this could be because they don't realize what they really possess. This could also be that you don't have the type of mentorship that is bringing the best out of you. You could have someone that is always bringing you down with negative comments, or they're putting you in a position to where you cannot grow. So we have to get away from this. And a key aspect to get out of this type of situation is to understand who you truly are. And a lot of times, this just takes time to be in a quiet area so that you can write down your thoughts, write down your feelings, and kind of get things on paper as to the strategy of where you would want to be in life and the type of team that you would like around you in order to start seeing some of that success that you are destined for. Now, let me go ahead and get into what makes a great offense. So, first, you want to study the playbook. So, out in the world, there's a lot of competition, people from all cultures and backgrounds and experiences. So you need to go on offense to find out what's hot out here, what can make you the most money within the field that you have expertise in. And you want to make strides to go down that road. Or if it's just not about money and you're just trying to help as many people as you can, which is very rewarding, then find out everything you can about the industry that can do this for you. Start volunteering if that's possible, wherever you can to make an instant impact. And we have to understand that life is just not about waiting on someone to do something for us. There's a lot of things that we can do now that doesn't require much money. It doesn't require too much experience. A lot of times, individuals who have an opportunity available just want to see that you have what it takes to serve and have the consistency for which people are in need, and this can is enough to get your foot in the door. Now, have you ever been at a job where or a career where maybe you are talking to one of your coworkers or something, and if you talk long enough and you ask the right questions, you will find that your coworker is letting you know that they got on without fulfilling the qualifications that was initially required when you got on. So there's always someone in a field of work that their qualifications don't even come close to what was required. So that's how it is a lot of times. It could depend on who you know, it could depend on how you present yourself in the initial interview, or you could just be a very charismatic type of person, but you definitely don't want to rule yourself out. You want to let others do the ruling out and give yourself the best shot possible. But make sure that you study the playbook. Anything that you're going into, you want to know what you're getting yourself into and you want to understand everything around it so that you can best prepare yourself. Now, next, you want to put your skills to work. So, just like in the game of football, as the quarterback, you want to show that not only can you throw from the pocket, but you can also throw on the run. So, you want to be able to maneuver and be able to adapt to change. And you want to make sure that you are handling things with accuracy and proficiency. And one way to do this when you have gotten a new position or you're in the new industry is to identify the person who is the best at what you do and make sure that you are soaking up all the knowledge from this person. This could be a tenured person, or this could be a very skilled person, or this could also be a person who has a lot of education in this particular industry. So it's important to identify who this person is and get next to them, ask a lot of questions, figure out where are some of the deficiencies and use your skills to fill those deficiencies in and be the greatest person at what you do. You need to put that on display every day and make sure that you come in early, make sure that you are leaving late, but put forth every effort that you can to let people know that you are the best. Now, the next step in creating this great offense is once you have put your skills on display and you've been putting in the work, then you want to take the income from your efforts and put those into an asset or start you a small business. When you do this, you are creating additional income that can be generated while you're sleeping. This is a way to build your confidence and to take stress off of yourself and to build your wealth that you can share with your family. So, this is very important and a key ingredient for building your offensive playbook. And the last step that you will want to take in building a great offense, which is typically overlooked, is to reward those who contribute to your success. Oftentimes, when we become successful or, or we are doing the thing that we have always longed to do in life, we forget about those who got us there. This could be someone who just lent their ear to hear about your dream. This could be a person who just took time out of their day to make an appointment to where you could get in earlier in order for someone to hear your pitch. This could also be someone that facilitated a meeting, or they may have taken time out of their day to get you to a certain location. So for people like this, people who are contributing to our success, we want to make sure that we maybe give them a gift card, or buy them lunch. You can purchase them a movie ticket. There is all sorts of ways that we can show appreciation for someone who is contributing to our success that does not break the bank, but also goes towards building that terrific offense. Because these are individuals who now feel very good in going out and looking for other opportunities for you. They will let you know when there's some type of deal or a special that's being ran. So now you have extra eyes and ears that are looking out for things that could benefit you in the near and long term. So as one can see, there's a lot to go into creating a great offense. The more plays that you make, the better shot that you have at reaching the end zone, and you have a great team of offensive players that can go out and make plays. So it's just not about you, but you are orchestrating the whole ordeal, and you have a wonderful group of individuals that you've put together that can now go out and make things happen. Now, just like you have to have a great offense working for you as the manager, you also want to have an even better defense. So the number one thing that you want to have when you're creating this defense is you want to stay informed on a variety of topics. This is a protection mechanism that you're setting up for yourself. So you have to know what's going on out in the world. You want to be well versed on a variety of issues and topics so that when you go out, you can protect everything that you've built. You can protect the field of play by being in the know of when things are happening and where they will happen. This is a layer of protection so that no one is getting an edge on you without you knowing about it. You can take preventative measures based on your knowledge to get ahead of the competition. Number two is you want to minimize risks. This includes creating too much debt, getting into toxic relationships that can take away from you emotionally, financially, and mentally. This could also include family that are overburdening you with demands for you to spend all your money on them, or this could be a situation where you have a lot of overhead. Maybe you have too much house, or you're having too many properties that you're paying rent on or something. Maybe you have a girlfriend that you're paying the rent over there at her place, and then you're trying to maintain your place, and then you're paying for maybe her car and yours. You just overextended your finances. So this is a situation that you need to get under control. You need to fortify your money to make sure that you're not putting your offense in bad field position that is preventing you from getting to the end goal, which is the end zone. Also, this includes plugging gaps from previous mistakes. Now, although we all make mistakes, sometimes there are situations that may appear unpreventable. The most important thing is that we learn from our mistakes. We study the field, we study the broken down play, and we make the appropriate adjustments. Oftentimes, some of us, we take too much time, precious time, talking about things that we can no longer change. We spend time on what could have happened or should have happened, or place blame on others who may have caused the issue. But as a true manager, the focus is placed on positivity and improvement and not necessarily who may have fumbled the ball. The improvement portion is always a representative of one not getting into emotion, but getting into strategy and a bit of perfection. Now, next up in setting up your great defense is to set boundaries. This includes setting limitations on those friends who are looking to go out every time you get paid. They want to spend money. They want to spend your time. You have to place boundaries on these individuals. Otherwise, you can find precious time going out the window that you could have been using to lock down your playbook, lock down all the effort that has went into your offense, the distractions that could take you out of your game mentally. These are all things that you have to be aware of in setting up a great defense that could derail all the progress that you have made thus far. So it's very important to put the amount of effort and focus into the defense as you've done with your offense. In closing, with every great sport, you're going to have some diehard fans, but you're going to also have some agitators. Regardless of how good you are, regardless of how stiff of a defense you have, regardless of how many plays your offense are going out making, you're going to have those who speak against you and do not wish you the best. But regardless of that situation, you are the manager. You are the person who is going to go out and you're going to make plays regardless of the circumstances. I thank you for listening to me today. Please understand that the solution is you. With that, have a great day.